Okay, we are the RChain RGov smart contract meeting run by Dan Connolly, who may or may not be able to join us. He's got a wedding today. Uh, and we and Stokely was supposed to be joining us today. I don't know where he is. Maybe I'll ping him. Uh, oh, okay, I'm going to.
You want me to stick around, Jim? Or?
Okay, I'm going to share my screen. And this is what I put together for the my RChain wallet number 2. Now, Shokri said, his team could probably take the existing my RChain wallet and, make the enhancements to it. So we're sort of going, so we're documenting that process. And so we have the URL, repo, GitHub project, preparation, Angular to React, part 1, because his programmers mostly use it. Angular and my RChain wallet is in React. Discord channel, I set up a channel in the collab for, and this is an invite. The weekly meeting is now.
Saturday at 10 a.m.
Oh, thank you. And the RDev log, which we're doing, and then project lead and team. I'll function as an advisor, I guess. Anybody else you want to be an advisor, Steve?
I'm just kind of popping in and checking to see what's going on. I'm not. Yeah.
We don't have to put you on the team. Well, and anyway, he's the lead, so he decides who's on the team.
Yeah.
Okay, we have to give our teams autonomy.
Hey, Jim, I'm going to duck out because I got to get back to the grass.
Okay, later, guys.
See you, Tom.
Give me so I can watch this recording later.
Right. Okay, offline cold storage option. This is what started this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to get big red investors without offering cold storage of private keys.
Yeah.
And we have an almost perfect model of what this should look like in the My Ether wallet cold storage. Okay, they have a whole process here, which we could we just emulate it, and then it gives you the hex encoded signed message, which you can store on a thumb drive or something.
Okay.
And then you have the QR code here so you can pick it up on your phone or whatever. And keep the machine air gapped, no connection to the internet. The whole
Okay.
life.
So a cold storage could be as simple as just having a thumb drive.
No, cold storage has to be a machine that's not plugged into the internet, doesn't have Wi-Fi enabled or Bluetooth or anything. air gapped, no connection.
Yeah, but you said thumb drive, so.
Well, how do you? The question is, how do you get the signed message?
Oh, okay. Oh, so okay, so it still has to be a computer or a phone. It's just not connected to the internet. Okay,
Right. There's
gotcha.
no signals coming in or out of it.
I see. I gotcha.
Okay, it can't get corrupted. The public key is never exposed in any way. And if somebody has a hardware wallet, they feel pretty safe, but they don't know if the code was modified in the supply chain,
Right.
or
So say if I had an old iPhone that doesn't have a data plan anymore, it's not doesn't have any service.
right.
Could I use an old iPhone as a
You should be able
old?
to. I mean, I think my RChain wallet runs on the phone. So
Okay.
it's just a matter of saving the HTML on the phone. So you got to get that there somehow. It could be a thumb drive, whatever.
Okay.
But you got to get the HTML file. It's all a browser app. Right? Now, it can also be packaged as an app you download, but obviously you're going to be connected to the net while that's happening.
Right.
So you want to copy the HTML over and in some way, and then maybe disconnect it from the internet forever.
Okay.
Okay, so then the other half of this is where you can paste in the hex and deploy it. You have a deploy button to that reads this, converts, does a from hex whatever, and does a deploy to the blockchain.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the online cold storage option, and I have that green now because we can consider it funded already.
Okay.
Okay, it was the number one. It really was the start of this whole thing, was getting funding for that.
Okay.
And then I have a bunch of account handling improvements too. And I'm going to go over these with, what's his name? I don't know what to call him.
Shokri. Yeah.
Shokri. We go over them with Shokri, make sure they're understandable.
Okay.
But basically, there's certain awkward things about the current on my RChain wallet, and we want to make it self-evident.
Yeah.
And simple. Proposed enhancements. Proposed enhancements to make an RWUX self-evident. Simple. I guess we should have a purpose somewhere, right? Yeah. I think I'll make that separate. purpose. Is that green? And I will remove all styles. Where's that? There it is. Okay. Account handling. There's a couple, these are just the annoying things I think.
Mhm.
Network handling. Okay. Adding robot.net should be easy. Fix adding custom network selection. Selection may be I'll just put that there because it seems to me that okay, the explore and deploy. Okay, what they wanted was a full function wallet that you should be able to put in Roland code and deploy it. Explore or deploy.
Okay.
And this is why people can send around snippets of Roland code. They don't have to understand it to do things. And so that requires a text box for Roland. And I suggest auto indenting like RGov. Dan already wrote the indentation code to indent Roland properly. Because when you're looking at it, you can't tell if you have enough braces or brackets. It's very difficult. But if it indents properly, you know exactly how your braces and brackets line up. Syntax highlighting. Thomas Love wrote the code for syntax highlighting. If that can be integrated, that would help make the low-line code more understandable. And then it needs to explore and deploy buttons. And it needs to issue a propose where it can actually, if the admin base is defined, it sends a propose. And you can see for localhost, nobody is going to do a propose. So we have to provide an admin base, which is localhost 40405, for it to do the propose. Testnet, you can't do a propose. It has an automated propose system. The admin base is not exposed, so it's nothing here. And we don't do a propose if we're deploying the testnet. We have demo network, setting message is not being used currently. We have robot, and we have mainnet. Mainnet also has no admin base because we can't do a propose done for us. I don't know how people deal with this. When you do a transaction, it doesn't give you the deploy ID. So there's no way to trace it. So I think that's an important fix. Need a way to track that. Well, let's say deploys. Comprehensive testing. Okay, when the testing I was just did, I did 2 transactions and it got stuck. in processing a transaction, the wallet became useless. And I probably should enter an issue on it. But basically, I'm saying people they can be put here, they can be put on the project board, but the leader, project lead, is going to make the rules. So processing the transaction, we make that italics. Probably should put it in quotes. Okay, so there's existing issues in the RDev original repo, but we have to use the RChain community one since we don't have access to his repo, and he doesn't even have time to reply to us, apparently.
Yeah.
And he holds the myarchainwallet.com domain name.
Right.
So we may have to have a robot version, wallet.robot.net or something.
Okay.
But, I think he'll eventually update myarchainwallet.com. Or we could buy it from him. Pay him for the development work by buying the domain. All right, so then allow setting of fees on deploys. What happens? You're dead if you run out of gas. Whoa. Link to account history. Okay, to some extent, keep local history. I think it is a good thing to do. And like I said, when we fund these things, first we'll find out, estimate them when we fund them. I think what we want to do basically is get see what we can get for our 10,000 rev budget. How much of this can we get?
Right. And so Shokri, is that who is going to be doing the work, or
he's the leader? He'll do some of the work, but he's busy.
Right.
So he plans to hire people. And
I see. Okay.
That, he has, these people that he usually uses, but
yeah,
his, I think with the, he has additional resources available in the RChain community.
right.
So he doesn't have, he doesn't have to depend on his local people having time.
Okay.
So Monday at 5 p.m. Is Bill's RGov UX meeting.
Oh, okay.
And he just started an assignment in Indiana.
Okay.
Full time. And he's going to make it this week, I guess. But after this week, he wants somebody else to facilitate. And I guess I'm wondering who could do that. I will ask Shokri if he wants to do that. So we had keep a local history, link to account history on Rectify. I think I already said that. Add contact management. That's a nice wallet feature. You know, you want to send it to Bill. You don't want to have to find the address and copy and paste it in.
Yeah, have it a history of your contacts there.
Right. So who do you want to send it to? You can select a contact or paste in an address and assign it a name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know if I should put that in specifically. Paste in yes, that's it. All I wanted to say about that. Okay, so what we did today. So we have the 29th. We have, we don't have Shokri. We don't have Dan or David. We have Steve H. And we had W2BY. And we had what? Where is the we have review rewards. And review RChain wallet version 2 doc. And that's it here. Enter valid URL. Oh, wait. I dropped the URL. Huh? I always do that. I copy something else. I was using a plugin that remembered all my past copies, but it was confusing. And that would be May rewards. Okay, and this is still preliminary. Dan hasn't reviewed it. We try to get consent on every number on here among the team. And usually it's pretty easy to do that. It's hard to be fair, but you know, we try to make sure everyone's compensated in accordance with the level of effort.
Right.
So where am I? Anything else on the schedule for today?
No, I can't think of anything.
Well, thank you for coming, Steve.
Yeah.
You know, we want to keep our communication links strong so that
Yeah.
we're well tied.
Yeah.
Okay, now I did request matching funds from the co-op
Right.
for RDev.
Yep.
Okay, don't say it's for the wallet. Say it's for RDev crowdfunding efforts.
Okay. All right.
You know, my argument is that if it's community driven and there's no employees have any control over how the money is spent, I don't think the co-op has any liability.
Well, I think the co-op's going to want to, you know, as far as what Greg was saying, as far as the work, what the co-op would be getting for any matching funds, you know, have that kind of explained.
That's true.
At some point.
That's true. I think that you know, what we're working on now is a suite of wallets, offline transactions to attract big investors, cold storage,
Mm-hmm.
and the MetaMask replacement to work with all dApps.
Yeah, from the co-op's perspective, you know, the co-op is going to want the wallet integration with Zulip and with.
It'll work with Zulip. It'll work with voting. It'll work with everything, just like MetaMask does now.
Right.
Okay.
So, but that.
So the things for insert 25 cents to play and prepaid transactions. Okay, insert 25 cents to play is an issue in RGov. So that will work for Zulip.
Okay.
You know, because obviously every transaction they can't be signing. So there's two ways we can do that. One is is a level 1 enhancement for prepaid contracts. That's a core development. But insert 25 cents to play, we can do. Can't do it perfectly. We can do it better if we have prepaid, but it is something that is doable. So basically, Web3 is the only way. I mean, is the way to connect to blockchain apps. Now, so potentially we could make the MetaMask replacement also work for Ethereum, which would be good for cross-chain stuff, but that's an extended goal.
When are you looking to when do you need the funds, or when are you looking to get funds?
Well, we haven't really identified developers yet. Now, Bill Kunz has a 1-month contract, and it'll be, he could start on it in a month, most likely.
Okay.
So the third thing is the trust wallet. And Bill could also work on that, but obviously, I mean, we can find other people too to work on these. It's a question of priorities. Trust wallet, I think, is, for the general public, they're going to love it. The best wallet works with RChain.
Okay.
For the phone, that covers our bases.
Gotcha. Okay, so all of what we discussed here is for my RChain wallet. That's the top priority, and then in the future it would be the trust wallet. That would be next after all of the.
Now the next would be the MetaMask replacement.
MetaMask replacement. Okay.
So basically, Dimworm wrote Rui, and we can extend Rui to support Web3.
Okay.
And it makes good use of his work. I mean, it's a good wallet.
So when you say MetaMask extension, that means instead of putting in an Ethereum address to connect to sign deploys, you can put in a Rev address.
Right, and you can do sends right in the wallet. You don't have to go to a web page to do them.
Okay.
Okay, a wallet has become what was that quote? And I probably shouldn't share my screen when I'm looking at somebody's private channel. So I don't know what happened to him this morning. He seemed excited to be coming.
Who is that?
Chokri.
Chokri. Okay.
I thought it was here. He said it. Apparently not. Maybe he said it in the wallet channel. Somebody else said it? Well, it's not here, so I think maybe it was in the RGov meeting. Well, I'll try to capture it here anyway. The notion of a wallet has extended to accessing dApps.
Okay.
Okay, wallets today are expected to so I should add that to it. All right.
Good.
And you know, this is a lot of work. And why do I have to do all this work? I don't want to do any work.
Well, one of these days, Jim, you're going to retire.
I retired 3 years ago, 4 years ago. All right, guys. Thanks again.
Yeah. Thank you, Jim, for all your hard work. We'll be talking soon.
Later.
Yep. Enjoy your weekend.